Recording. No, it's not started yet. All right. So Takuma, you guys see the list of topics that I want to cover today?
Yeah, Guile, the Sony reporting that there may not be a PS5, which is good.
That's not good. That
Why is
might
that? It's
that
not freaking.
no that might you'll see when I get this thing started.
I'm
Um,
kind of I'm a little bit shocked by the 360 being discontinued.
are you shocked? It's about damn time. Like they should have been focusing their
It was
resources.
expected, but yeah, it was
But
expected. But
you'll
I'm
see
a little shocked by it.
once we go live. Um,
And then a freaking Nintendo Platinum Games CEO, did he just make Star Fox Zero?
I don't know what the hell's going on. I believe,
I'm like,
but we'll talk about it once we start the recording. I don't want to burn up the time thing for it. Ah, motherfucker, man, what the fuck?
they got to talk about Prince in China and
Yeah.
girl from Raven. Like, damn. Whew.
And you know what?
Truly
Yeah.
upsetting.
What's going on, Shinwar? We didn't start the recording yet, so if you want to get in, it's not too late. Just jump on Discord, man.
Yeah, get in here, Pickle Puss.
What the heck? Unbelievable. I'm gonna send one more text out, and then I'll get everything started.
Damn, I got him.
On Demizel left.
Ah, they going wrong.
He's he's booking at the moment. What? Like King Booker?
Yo, what's up, guys?
Alrighty. You know what? The rest of the cats are fashionably late. So, alright, I'm about to start this thing. Takuma, Shinwar asks if you changed your Street Fighter 5 ID.
Why he can't find me?
Now, I don't know, like, what was going on with that?
They I put something in I shouldn't have put, and I wanted to change. It was it was the wrong name, and I was trying to put Shintakuma in there. That's when they wouldn't let me. I was like,
Wait,
arbitrary.
what name did they put for you? Or did you put for your...
Timbo 1977. I was like, I don't want that. I said no. That's why I didn't play it for quite some time until they got the fix. And I kept emailing Capcom and everybody else to, hey, fix my stuff. And
Well, why did you had to have picked the name, like, unless they gave you, like, a default thing and you hit the button by accident?
no, it wasn't nothing by accident. I was like, how come they can't give me freaking the Shintakuma and everything else?
Somebody probably took it before you. That's what happened.
Yeah, I know, but I put in so many different paraphrases to that, and they still wouldn't let me do it. I said, that's garbage. You gonna give my freaking own name. So
You know what? Next time,
I'm not sure if they
hit us
whatever.
up first. And you could have put asterisk, or put NGO. You could put anything in there to make it look different. You know.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'll if they changed it, then I guess I'll know when I go back on there.
wait, are you on the PS4 or the PC?
I'm on PC.
All you gotta do. Wait. Here's the thing. Like they already assigned you the name. You sent an email to them, and they never did a follow up. And that's the only reason why you're not playing the game.
No. They did a follow up. They emailed me back saying, okay, we had like a list and everything else or whatnot, blah blah blah. I was like, okay, when y'all gonna change it? I had to keep emailing them like, hey, y'all need to change it. Y'all need to change it.
Bro, you're probably gonna end up eating that one because what end up happening to me, unless they reset all of the servers, you're out of luck, bro.
No. Oh, they told me that. Do you want to either? No. The last email I sent them, I said, look, are you guys gonna change it, or can you guys just leave me out the whole server completely? Because I was like, look, I ain't got no problem. I mean, I didn't play any rank online yet, so all I did was a training mode and the characters
Because
thing.
you do know if they reset it, you got to do that all over, right?
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. I mean, I didn't do no rank online, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm not tripping. They was
No,
like,
no,
okay,
but even your fight money and all that, it'll be like you were never there.
oh, that's cool.
All right.
I mean, all the points I earned, I just have to re-earn them back again and everything else on that. Like I said, I didn't play online. I just played through the training mode, the story mode. That's all I did.
Because you know what, when I was doing the beta, from beta 1 to 4, Like whenever they redid the server, like they'll make us put on our IDs one again. So, uh,
Well,
you know
if
what?
it resets and everything else and whatnot, then that's cool. It's all gravy.
All right,
First
man.
off, what's your issue?
Huh?
What's your
No, it's not an issue. Shenmore said that he couldn't find me on I guess the network, I guess, or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no, no, no.
I'm gonna
That's
s-
that.
look.
Once your name is in there, they're gonna, in order to change it, just like they were doing with the betas, they have to shut it down and build it back up. You're probably branded with that
No,
name.
yeah, but let me tell you what I got the emails I got from Capcom. They said, yeah, we understand that your Steam ID and everything else was everything else. If you want to change it and everything else, but I give us like 3 instances that you want to change this to, and we'll take care of it.
Oh,
And
they have
give
to
us the option.
manually go in there.
Yeah, I have to manually do it. Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Let me first answer the first question. Every time when someone says that, oh, I can't find your name on the PlayStation 4, they need to update the PlayStation 4. They haven't had a permanent fix yet, so when you search for names on the PS4, it comes up. Here's the difference. On the PS4, you have to spell it exactly how it's supposed to be spelled. Caps, spaces, lower cases, and all.
Mm.
On the PC, you
Right.
can get away with it because it does an autocorrect and you can search for even like the first 3 letters of the person's name.
Mhm.
So the PS4 version
All right, hold
is
on, guys.
inferior compared to the PC version. So to fix your problem now, Takuma, you need to
Uh-huh.
hit up Capcom,
I did.
tell them 3 different usernames that you would like to have. Tell them your Steam ID and tell
Yep.
them what game that is currently happening, and you have to keep on it like a job. You
Yeah,
can't
I
just
did it. That's what I did.
because I had to do that because my name was 4 underscores because the game was broken and I
Yeah.
got it to change back to what I wanted it to be, and they fixed it in like 3 weeks time.
Yeah, that's what I did. I stayed on them, even and the email I got back, they said either we can fix it or do you want us to just reset everything? I said no, don't reset it, fix it. I said give me the instance and fixed it. So when
Takuma. What I was just saying, you, it's gonna be like you weren't there. I don't know if they're able to fix it.
They can,
and you
they
know what?
can.
That's okay because I didn't do any of the only thing I did was training and the story mode. So it's okay. I mean, if it everything else went, I'm like, oh, I get it back. That's cool.
All right, man.
So I'm not tripping about it. Why would just my this is my name I want to change? I'm not really tripping about it.
All right, that's cool. All right, so I'm gonna start the local recording in three, two, one. What up? What up? New Gaming Order. This is Alex Lexus, aka the New Jersey Juggernaut, hitting you with the head crush. Today is the 23rd of the month, and we're coming at you with our weekly podcast. So let's get things started. Today we have Demizzle from Free Play Mode, Khalif, K Simi, co-partner Nelson Ketsuke, Shin
Start
Takuma.
tripping that way.
So I'm pretty sure some other folks
Yo,
might be jumping in there, but going around the table, we're just gonna hit the ground running. Kasimi, what's going on? What you been playing, bro?
Shit, man, I'm about to play this order. Finally try it, man. They got that shit for $9 on this flash sale, so why
What?
not?
Nine
Yeah,
dollars?
$9, baby.
Unbelievable! Oh my goodness! Yeah, I might end up getting it then.
I went on ahead and purchased that, so I will be playing that later on. But other than that, man, chilling. RP Prince, man. RP China, man.
Yeah, we're actually gonna talk about that quickly on the intro PSA after the introduction. But yeah, man, a sad week indeed.
yeah.
Shin Takuma, man, what's going on? What you been playing besides, the director's cut? You guys will hear Takuma's dilemma, man. But you know what? I'm just saying, just bite the bullet and do your
I
thing,
have
man.
been I have been playing Ace Combat. I am trying to pick up the Star Fox. I know it came out. I missed them. I'm gonna pick it up sooner rather than later. Other than that though, I've been laying back, handling school, and getting ready to start a job. And got another interview this week, so things are going up for me.
All right, and then last but not least, Nelson Ketsuke, what's going on, man?
Nothing, just here, trying to do the big things, and yeah, just keep training for Evo. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so
Dad just forgot about me, Alex. Good grief.
wait a minute. What the heck? Wait, did you step out the room for a second?
No, I've been here, brother.
Whoa, I saw Kasimi. I thought it was just four of us. I thought you dropped out, but Mr. Free Play Mode, quick intro before we get started.
What's going down, people? Just like to thank everybody for watching the latest podcast video from the Free Play Mode. Basically discussing the PlayStation Neo. You guys turned out, and I greatly appreciate it.
Yes, and just not to hit folks over the head twice, I'm going to address some of the concerns with the PlayStation Neo on this broadcast today. But, you know, we have, a good amount of NGO staff here where we can have difference of opinion and the active chat. So those of you who want to weigh in on it, can, give your 2 cents. But I wanted to take this time to recognize that Prince and China, formerly of the WWE, have passed away this week. I wanted to do individual videos, but considering what are the coincidence, what are the numbers, statistics that they would pass on the same day? It's unreal. But apparently, they were doing the autopsy for Prince yesterday, and they said no foul play or anything like that, but they're still waiting. Unfortunately for China, Joni Lauer, they're suspecting that she might have had an overdose on sleeping pills. They take that with a grain of salt, but it's still unfortunate what happened to them. And even a few days before, the mom from Everybody Hates Raymond, and she was on Clarissa and Joey. I'm like, wow, it happens in threes, it seems. But rest in peace, condolences to their families and to those people that they made an impact and a change in their lives. We will hope that you just remember the good things that they had to offer in this lifetime. But if anybody wanted to, say something like in terms of like memories, well, Takuma looks kind of like Prince and John Legend, so. If anything you want to say?
Man, I'm gonna leave my comment for the last. Man, I'm gonna leave that for like the last note.
Oh, at the end of the podcast. All right,
that's the podcast. Yeah.
But
All I gotta say is, man, wow, it's just it's just unbelievable. It's a hurt. It's a pain for people who in the wrestling community who knew China, who knew she was about. Of course she was an outstanding person and everything else, whatnot. And then. When she left, and of course people know what she did behind the scenes, and then for Prince, man, unbelievable, the music that he put out and so many lives that he touched, man, just whew.
Now,
rough,
a fun fact of Prince, did you know that Michael Jackson's Bad was supposed to be a battle between Michael Jackson and Prince? It was supposed they were supposed to actually alternate each verse, and then I think Barry Gordy was trying to make it happen between the two artists, but Prince said that you know what, you don't need me to make this song a hit, like Michael can make it happen,
Right.
And
I remember that.
And respect to Prince for saying, hey, you know what? I don't need to do this. He knew how to step back, and a lot of people.
Did you see the interview? Did you see the interview when he was talking about that shit?
Oh, what for Bad?
Yeah, he was saying that because the opening. He was like, man, in the opening lyrics, he's like, "Your bud is mine." He was like, "Who's gonna be saying that to who?" And he was like, "I know, I'm not gonna. He's not gonna be saying that to me. I'm not gonna be saying that to him." It was, you gotta see the interview.
Yeah,
crazy.
But you see, I respect the man that knew that. Hey, Michael was on top of the world, and Prince on top of the world in his own right. And he just knew that, hey, I don't have to be in the front all the time. All the songs that he wrote for other artists like Sinead O'Connor and many others, people didn't know that he was behind it. So that goes to show you that, man, his talents and his gift, he was able to share with others that had also gifts. So much respect to Prince for that. And as for China, I did a solo video earlier this week on reference to it. Yeah. With China, she is one of a kind. The first female intercontinental champion first and probably will be the only one to do what she's done. She was like, to me, if it might be far reaching, but she was like the pinnacle. Like Beth Phoenix and all those powerhouse wrestlers that follow China. China set the bar, or matter of fact, elevated the bar that Alundra Blaze, Mae Young, Famous Moolah, like Nakado from Japan. Like you got a lot of folks that were the like Gail Kim. You got those female wrestlers, but China is that one that had like that Hulk Hogan status to me. Like everybody knew who China was, even if you weren't a pro wrestler, a WWE fan. I was at work at MetLife, and a lot of people like, did you hear that China died? Yeah, she was the wrestler and this and that, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It just unfortunate. But I said some things out of anger in that solo video where I believe Triple H screwed her over. Stephanie and Triple H behind the scenes, he was cheating on her or whatever.
Yeah, I read about that too. I was like, oh wow.
Here's my thing.
About it, but it was like, man, really?
I want to go on record to say that I have to apologize for that video because it's like you want to focus on their life and say, hey, China was the ninth wonder of the world, broke down the gender barrier from winning the IC title, and she'll probably be the only one. I'm sure out of respect that they will preserve that. I shouldn't have had any of that negative, dirty laundry in that video. So as a consummate professional, I want to go on air to apologize for that. Alex Lexus, the Juggernaut mode hasn't gone away, but when I'm feeling something, it's going to come out. And then, I don't want to disrespect Triple H and Stephanie because of their kids. You know what I mean? I just want to put that on record so that they understand that, I just felt that China was wronged. I mean, she finds out she's being cheated on, and then when she's asking questions, they fire her or whatever, and Vince McMahon's like, oh, the jig is up. Everybody knew about it but her, and it's just, she should have been treated better. And then the thing with Sean Waltman, a.k.a. X-Pac, fuck him. Don't. Yeah, I don't care if China can bench 370 pounds. You don't put your hand on a woman. Fuck him.
She did fuck him.
Well... it's no comment. But Demizzle, anything you wanted to share on China and Prince?
Like I met China twice at wrestling events, like in the late '90s, and she was mad cool in Philadelphia and in New Jersey. And I actually got her autograph on an issue of Playboy when she did the issue of Playboy, and
what?
It was pretty cool. Yeah, man, she was pretty cool and everything.
I'm sure she was.
Like she was totally like she wasn't like you would think she was. Like you would expect her to be this gruff and tough person, but she actually wasn't. She was very nice and soft spoken. And
yeah.
So my experience with meeting her, albeit brief, I had a very pleasant time talking, a brief conversation with her. And with Prince, man, I'll tell you right up. First time I ever had sex was to a Prince song.
We need to know all that.
Go, bro. Dang, cause I remember getting down to some Prince songs.
Dude, man, Prince and Barry Gordy are the kings of getting people laid, brother.
and 9 months later, having folks on child support. Unbelievable.
Hey, I've been to a Prince concert where people was just in the aisles, just
passing out.
Going ham. No, going ham.
What? Wait, like a Luke concert?
Yo,
but they were going ham.
I've been to a Prince concert and he ain't lying, brother. Like people actually be getting down in the aisles.
In the aisles.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold.
Dude, it's the music, man.
Hold on. My mom, when I was about 6 or 7 years old, her and her best friend went to a Prince concert. Like it was on a Sunday night. And my mom comes home like really, really late, and she couldn't even talk for like 3 days because they were screaming and people passing out or whatever. And I asked my mom, what was it like, going to see Prince? She said it was nothing like a Prince concert.
That's probably how you got here.
No, dude, I was 7 or 8. I was here for a while, but look, it was like
in honor of Prince, though, I have to quote a line from the Chappelle Show. Like, Go ahead and challenge Prince to a game of basketball. I dare you. Let your people be there.
Wait.
Gotta go watch
That
that,
was
man.
funny as hell. You know,
Gotta go watch
they,
that.
they were talking about what's going on. Wait. Yeah, he played like point guard or whatever. I mean,
He played point guard for his high school, and like one more line from the Chappelle Show, game.
blouses. And you know the funny thing,
I gotta go watch that
they
now.
those skits immortalized Prince more than he already established himself. Like on Good Morning America, they were showing Jamie Foxx taking shots at him. It was so funny. He's just like, "Oh, I know how to make a woman feel," wee, and he would turn around and start doing the butt out G's. Oh my god, it was so funny, you know. And Prince, from what I remember of him,
Actually,
yeah, he thought it was
liked
funny.
those skits because he actually used a picture of
Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle on one of his single covers, like breakfast is served, and it's actually a picture of Dave Chappelle
with the
from that
pancakes.
skit.
Yeah, with the pancakes.
Yeah.
On
Look, we can't get off topic, but man, we can talk about
No. Honestly, this is just an excerpt that I'm gonna, out of respect for China and Prince, I wanted to, you know, recognize them and whatever memories, you know, it's just proper respect because they're part of our culture in terms of our interests. Like, hey, WWE influences video games and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's why I kind of decided to go that route and recognize China and the fact that we do wrestling podcasts and things of that nature. As far as Prince, Prince is Prince. He transcends. Like his music could have influenced games and so on and so forth. So I feel that it was with proper respect that we gave them the time to recognize them on the New Gaming Order podcast show with free play mode today. You know, but if anybody had anything to add to that, I will break this segment off and we'll get started on our weekly topics. Anybody? Nelson? Nobody? Alrighty. New Gaming Order. That was our particular intro with respect to China and Prince. May they rest in peace. Condolences to their families. And just remember all the good that they have done. Remember, however they made you feel good, like when Doves Cry or China beating Jeff Jarrett for the IC belt. Remember their achievements and, you know, overlook any shortcomings they may have. Because we're all human, imperfect beings that are put here to just exist. But with that, New Gaming Order, we will be back for our gaming segment. But again, we don't always go hard charging with, you know, trying to be like me, Juggernaut, and then Demizzle, the Hodge twin clone or whatnot. But with that being said, we'll see you on the next segment. Stay tuned to our director's cut. Peace. Thank you guys for that segment. I appreciate it. Alright, so we are still on intermission mode. And
Prince was the dude that made you want to go deep inside with the nuts hanging out.
you know what? God, you know what? I don't want... I wouldn't be caught like 10 feet by Demizzle saying that because I don't want like lightning to come down and like oh man.
Prince was the man that made you get that cream pie action.
I know, right? The fuck, fucking guy.
Oh my god.
And if you see the chat right now, Shim Noir is just like unbelievable. What the heck? All right. All right, so we're gonna get back on the air. So we're gonna record in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, New Gaming Order? I swear, I'm trying not to laugh because freaking Demizzle is a freaking jerk. I swear, funny ass guy, man. But for those of you just tuning in, make sure you check out our segment on Prince and China, as we paid our respects to them and gave the intro to this week's show. So make sure you check that out. And without further ado, let's get started. New Gaming Order, breaking news. And I think it came a little bit too late. Microsoft has finally ceased all production on new Xbox 360s. I wish On Your Knees was here because I'll be doing crowd cheering sound effects and the reason why I say this, it was long overdue. I think Microsoft. Yeah, here's why I say that. They were pumping too many resources and trying to support. Now, here's the thing. Hardware manufacturing, not software support. They're ceasing hardware manufacturing. I believe that's good that they're doing this so that they can try to salvage whatever they can and, turning the ship around. Or I think Phil Spencer did all that he could do with the Xbox One. But supporting two systems at the same time on the hardware level, it's stupid. I think that they realized that they were losing too much money anyway, so it's cutting off the dead fat, if you ask me. But I believe, 2005 to 2016. That's a decent run. Very, very more than decent run for a Microsoft console. Being that there's still, what was that, juniors in the game. That was their sophomore system. But Microsoft had everything done right with the 360 in terms of making it easier to program for, using the RISC language so that they can, do whatever programming tricks and shortcuts. But I don't know at this point if it was too late or if it's going to make a difference, but it's good that they finally recognize that it's time to pull the plug. Get that backwards compatibility, sorted out where we can get 100% back of the library. And if not, then hey, do the best that they can. I hope their goal is 90% backwards compatibility. And the other ones, they're going to do remasters or some shit. But with that being said, it's official. The 360 is dead in terms of production. So, starting with free play mode, what are your thoughts on Microsoft finally doing the right thing?
Well, all this really means that like you can't get a brand spanking new Xbox 360 anymore. They still have stock in the warehouse that they will sell to GameStop and whoever if they need it, but they're just no longer being produced. Phil Spencer said they're still going to support it if you need to get it repaired. Like you're still going to be able to go on Xbox Live with it. You're still going to be able to get your games with golden deals.
You're still going to be able to go deep inside, what?
With the nuts hanging out.
And he had to add that. It was freaking vulgar. Unbelievable. All right, go ahead.
Hey, man, you threw that softball over the plate. I had to hit it out the park.
What the? Continue.
But yeah, like he said, games with gold and Xbox Live and deals with gold will still be supported. So all it means that Microsoft is no longer building Xbox Ones in the factory. They still have them in the warehouse for those who want them, and they'll ship them out to stores as needed. But that's all it means. But I do agree that they should have did it a year earlier to free up monetary resources.
Amen.
To the Xbox One. But it was a very good run for Microsoft in terms of Xbox 360. I remember it being like legitimately the second system I was genuinely excited for.
Yeah, you know what? I have to agree with you with that. Like the Dreamcast, when I got the Dreamcast, there was this sense of excitement that haven't felt since the SNES, right? And then the 360 comes out, and it's so much potential with it. When it started hitting its stride, I'm like, man, this is the system to have. And I wasn't truly convinced on the Microsoft brand until 360. And
before when I had the Sega Dreamcast, before I had the Sega Dreamcast, I was primarily a PC gamer. Like even though I owned consoles and everything, PC was still my main platform, which I did most of my gaming on.
Okay.
And then the Sega Dreamcast came out, and that changed that. And I became a console gamer, and then I got the PlayStation 2, and I had a PlayStation 1. And then when the Xbox came out, I was intrigued by Microsoft making a system. I was like, this possibly could do something with it. And even though the Xbox original wasn't a smashing success, it did lay the groundwork for what the Xbox 360 would eventually become with Xbox Live
Yep.
and like tons and tons. Like, even though first person shooters did exist previous to the Xbox 360, Xbox 360 is where they truly hit their stride, like with Call of Duty and Halo 3, and
Mm-hmm.
it was just insane, man. It
Yes.
truly was.
Yes, yes. And I would say this again, those of you from free play mode and New Gaming Order, if you didn't know this fun fact, me, Shinwar, and Demizzle in my house were first exposed to Xbox because of Demizzle. He bought that thing off the 94 bus coming out here to Union with that huge ass bag with a freaking brick of a console and just slapped it on the table. We're playing Halo. And we sat there on Blood Gulch and Beaver Creek and then that 4-player split screen. I was getting freaking massacred back in the day. But I would say that had I not been exposed to that, I wouldn't know the Microsoft console at all. You know, and I was a Sony head prior to that. You know, and then I just said, man, there's more out there. There's variety out there. So I have to thank the Mizzle for that. And I had the pleasure of owning a 360. I still have my Gears of War Special Edition sitting right here. When you hit the power button, you hear the chainsaw rev up and everything. And it was just a well produced system with the fact that, yeah, we know it had the red rings of death and everything, but Microsoft's response to the red rings of death, what was it, the 60%, 40% failure rate. And man, Molyneux and all the damage control and everything that they had to do to fix it. Much respect to Microsoft with that. Unfortunately, Dan Matrick fucked up the momentum for Microsoft in general in terms of the console thing. It makes me wonder. We already know that Microsoft, the whole global conglomerate, wasn't really in support of Microsoft doing a console. And I think Matrick was sabotaging it so that they could say, hey, this shit's fucked up. Let's not make a console no more. Because we know that Microsoft, or in the console market, it hemorrhages money from Windows. Or not just Windows, but just Microsoft in general. They lose money, right? So how else can they get rid of it when they show, hey, this is not a good thing? I think Dan Matrick, wherever that fucker is now, fuck you for fucking this shit up. But giving somebody else a chance to talk on it. Khalif, what are your thoughts on Microsoft ceasing production on the X360?
Well, yeah, man. Just like you said, it's about time, especially with this backward compatibility. So it's about time they phase the 360 out. But definitely one of the greatest consoles of all time. To me, one of my definitely top 3 consoles. I had a lot of fun with the 360, man. So it is sad to see it, stop production. But on a side note, that 360S, the little smaller one that looks like the Xbox One.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know why
yeah.
they did that shit.
It's good, actually.
Didn't they take a port away from it or something? I heard they took a port away.
Oh, no! It was actually updated because the original had the component cables, and then they added they took out the component, and then they added the HDMI standard, and then after that they never looked back, pretty much. So
No. I'm talking about the one that looks like the Xbox One now. The new remodel.
the Slim.
Hold on,
The yeah, like if y'all know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's the one that
Uh-huh.
looks like an Xbox One. It's the Xbox 360 that looks like an Xbox, the newest remodel that they did. I know
Oh,
what
you
you're
mean
talking about.
that small one?
Yeah,
Okay.
the one it looks like an Xbox One. Not the I know which one y'all talking about, the elite ones. I had one of those. Those
Yeah,
were the
yeah,
good ones. But
yeah.
the new one, they took some shit off of it. But that's just a side note. I don't know why they did that shit. It was
Yeah.
pretty stupid to me.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, 360 definitely one of the best consoles of all time.
Mhm.
Shooters definitely were at home on 360.
Mhm.
More so than anything else at the time to me.
Yeah.
I wasn't a PC gamer, so I mean, I have to throw that away.
Okay. Okay.
Definitely sad to see it go, man.
All right. All right. Takuma, your thoughts?
Oh man, I'm just a little bit like disappointed. I thought they would like do a little bit more for the 360 than just like cut it off. But I guess it's completed its life cycle, so they said, all right, I'm gonna put you out the pasture.
You know what? It was around too long, man. It's unusual for like the
Yeah.
PS3 and the 360 to have been going so long. That was the longest console gen.
Yeah. I just hope that that the games that the 360 provided us over the years, I
Hmm.
do hope they migrate those over to the Xbox One.
You know they will.
Yeah, I mean, eventually make them digital or like backwards compatibility and everything else. Not make sure
Hmm.
we don't lose out on the great titles that we grew up with in the times of 360 and everything else. Whatnot.
Hmm.
Got a lot of stories in this room to say about
Hmm.
360. So for all the
Yeah.
memories in the games, I'm gonna have to like turn up a drink for them and be like, man, end of a
Hmm.
legend. I'm not gonna say end of a legend, but hey, end of a story. But
Hmm.
God willing, hey, see you later, bye.
You know what? My only gripe with Microsoft is all honestly, if they had just made the 360 more beefy and made it like the 720 or something instead of going in a radically odd direction with the Xbox One, I think that the momentum that they carried with that narrow victory in that console gen, they could have kept it going. But it's almost like if you're playing like Madden, if you have a play that's working for you, do not deviate from it. If they're not, other team is not developing defense against it, why change your tactic? They try to
But
go
what you
too
see,
much media and fuck themselves over.
but what you see now is the now is like you find the elites and the prices are coming down a little bit. Great for people who now want to jump onto the Xbox One. So you see all the prices
Hmm.
come down about that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's kind of good in a way, and also Battle by 360 is going away. So
Well, as long as the games are still accessible via backwards compatibility or the online store, I think we're in a good place. All right,
yeah.
so last but not least, Nelson, your thoughts on Microsoft pulling the plug on the 360 production?
Finally, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I
A
thought he
voice of
said
reason.
finally. I thought he said finally that it's his turn to go, but he's like finally
No,
that they put
no,
it down.
finally that they're done. Like it's why the hell would you keep releasing a console when you have to focus on your new product? Shit
Yeah.
needs to die. That's like
But guess
well
what?
deserved.
I believe they did this so that they can focus on their next console. What sense would it make to keep manufacturing
What
on
the Xbox One Part Two? What?
one part two? What?
There's
Exactly.
no
No,
next
no,
console at the moment.
no, no, not at the moment. But
In
they're
this instance,
here's the thing: they're trying to, R&D. Like they have to, and Demizzle can back me up. If they're already on X1, they're already thinking about their next console, but not in the production phase. They're probably in the planning phase or working on
uh,
prototypes.
again, it makes no sense for you to shut down a old generation console just to start formulating plans and ideas of the next console. You could have still had the 360 being in production to sell to people and still have that idea being thought out. That's just basically making an excuse. What I think they did that is because one, there's no reason to have a fucking 360 no more because they're slowly migrating all the backwards compatibility games on the Xbox One.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
two, it gives the full R&D team to fully focus 110% on the Xbox One market.
Yeah, absolutely. But I do believe that if they were stretched thin and they're planning for another console, it doesn't make sense, like Demizzle was saying, where resources, like consolidate your resource, collapse, those warehouses or manufacturer plants and focus on, it's time to move on. I think that they were just holding on to old glory. So maybe now what they can do is allow, like just like they did with the original Xbox, open it up or just allow them to hack and mod and do all kinds of funky stuff to it because they're not really going to be making a profit off of new console sales. So it's time to move on, you know. But in conclusion, anybody had any final words on the 360 ceasing production? Yes, no, maybe so. Forever hold your peace. Alrighty.
Nope, I'm done.
All right. We're going into intermission. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on NewGamingOrder.com for the latest and greatest video gaming news. And if you would like to be a part of this podcast, as a guest or want to join our staff, make sure you inbox us via our social media links. But definitely hit me on YouTube. We can always use like a new personality here and there. And I have to call up some members who have been dormant for a period of time. So yeah, shout out to those who aren't here, brother Noop, Senpai. Haven't heard from Snake in a while, but you know we didn't forget about you, and we'll see you on the next segment. Peace. Alrighty, we are in break mode, so let me.
Is
But
there any other news?
yeah, it's not that much this week. But Nelson, let me ask you. You think that it's okay for Microsoft to try to keep pumping out 360s and then start prototypes on another system?
This is the reason why I see it not to be an issue.
Okay.
There's no more architecture. There's no more updates. There's no more DLC. There's no more games coming out for the 360. You still have the eligibility to still ship it out to people who still want 360s. It's still being used in major tournaments. It's
Mm-hmm.
still being used in a casual sense for people who are just getting onto gaming. They
Mm-hmm.
haven't stopped. The PlayStation 2 was like that. So
Yeah,
what is
and
the
yeah,
difference?
the PlayStation 2, holy shit! But they weren't
Yeah,
making
but
games for it
yeah,
though.
All I said, all they're doing is just not making any more from a production level. They're still going to support it. They still got tons of them in warehouses that they can ship out if they want to.
Right.
It's not like it's going away. It's
Right.
just like Microsoft is like, okay, we're just gonna turn our production resources towards something else now, but they're still supporting the Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I just feel like it's not gonna slow them down to even fathom the idea of making plans for like the newer
Oh no,
console
that's not taking resources away from that.
No,
Like
it's not.
that's two separate things entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Like R&D has nothing to do with production. Like R&D is just some people sitting in a room thinking shit up and putting it on a whiteboard. Production is like that's what it is, literally.
But
And-
again, it should have been done a long time ago. I don't know
Yeah.
why people just feel like, oh, we're just gonna keep it until we remember again that the shits need to be done. But
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. What is this?
All right.
Cranks up their optic disk storage to 3.3 terabytes.
Yeah, Shinwar gave me that was Shinwar put that on the Facebook page, but but the next thing I was gonna talk about is the Platinum Games CEO and my 2 cents on that. So we're gonna start that recording.
I don't see that topic yet.
It's in the Discord. It's Platinum Games CEO.
Okay. Okay,
t-
so
yeah.
we're gonna talk about Star Fox.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so we're gonna start that in 3, 2, 1. What up, New Gaming Order? Hitting you with the Juggernaut punch. We're gonna be talking about Platinum Games. Now, apparently, my concern. I know Platinum Games has been working with Activision as of late. Am I correct in saying this?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, like I guess for publishing, and apparently the CEO of Platinum Games will be resigned. Well, has resigned at the end of March, and most recently they were working on Star Fox for Nintendo. Now that new Star Fox, from if you know Platinum Games' reputation, games like The Legend of Korra, Metal Gear Rising, freaking Transformers Devastation, and in June, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? My concern is I hope with the CEO stepping down that it doesn't change the direction and quality types of Platinum Games. Now, Platinum Games, you got like Bayonetta, and those who don't know, they were a spin-off from Clover Studios and things like Lost Planet and what have you. And I hope that the types of games that Platinum Games doesn't change. Hell, who here played Vanquish on the
I played
360?
Vanquish. It
What
was
did
very
you?
good.
That was crazy, right? Like it was some good shit. Or like you look at the Legend of Korra, the final battle, or the final battle for Transformers Devastation, where you have Megatron and Optimus fighting in space. Like they do some crazy type games, and it gets you hyped, gets you pumped, and it's a very Japanese style to their product. So I hope that doesn't change. Now, some people are saying that it might have had something to do with Activision. They're not getting along. I don't know, but the article is going to be copy pasted in the chat for those who want to check it out. But Star Fox is just coming, on the way to production, and it's just, hopefully it doesn't change anything. But I don't know. But Demizo, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is going to adversely affect Platinum Games going forward?
I don't, because a CEO of the company, unless they're directly involved in the creative process, is just a business guy. He's like the head guy. He's like, okay, I want this to happen, and it's up to the guys underneath him to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't set the artistic direction of the company. He's essentially what the president is to the United States. He's the head spokesperson. He's the face of the company.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that, like, okay, I want the company to go in this direction, but it's up to you guys over here
Tim.
to get us there. It's like a captain of a ship. Captain of a ship doesn't actually sail the ship. He's like, okay, I want this, and this to happen on my ship, and it's up to everybody underneath him to make it happen.
Yeah. Okay. And apparently there's reshuffling going on with Platinum Games. So yeah, he stepped down. But on his track record, his resume has him involved with games such as Resident Evil, Mega Man Legends, and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So man, I just hope it doesn't change anything. Because I like the product of Platinum Games, and I just don't want to see it change. But Khalif, if you're familiar with Platinum Games products and the CEO, what are your thoughts on it, if any?
Well, I'm familiar with some of their games. Like, didn't they make Metal Gear Rising and
Yes.
yeah, shit. Like, yeah, I played a few of their games. I mean, so I mean, just like what was said earlier, man. I mean, he's a CEO, so he's not like unless he was like part of the creative process, like hands on. It
Hmm.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You
Platinum
know, so
Games, they're a smaller studio. So, like, I remember when they were interviewing Platinum Games during the production of Metal Gear Rising, and they're like, it's an intimate group. It's small, so that's why I brought it up, because I'm like, I just hope it doesn't have a ripple effect, you know.
well, I mean, we'll see. Only time will tell, man. I mean, CEOs, like I say, he's well, like I said, what was said earlier. Unless he was part of the creative process, then it really shouldn't matter too much to how the games run and
Hmm.
how the games play and everything. So we'll just have to see, man.
Okay, okay. Um, Shin Takuma, your thoughts?
Oh man, here we go again. Leaving the company because of some other crap.
Now we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know, but it seems to be the scenario. Because look what happened to the producer of Metal Gear and everything else. Whatnot. He left, and then he got signed by Sony. I can't think of his name. Oh, I can't think of his name. But
Kojima, he didn't
yeah,
get signed by Sony. He's just doing a exclusive game for them.
okay,
But I mean, like, his studio is it's like Platinum Games. It's like, hey, they'll be commissioned to make games for. I mean, look at what Platinum Games has done. They've done games for Nintendo. They got games on PlayStation for Konami. So, I think that's just the new formula going forward. They're just like, hey, you know what? It's more profitable for the studios to do it that way.
yeah.
So
So hopefully this is
hello,
can
hello,
you hear me?
hello. Yeah, you're cutting out. Go ahead, say
Oh,
again.
okay. Hopefully this is not the case of everything else. Just see what happens if he can do something a little bit better and everything else whatnot. Because just Star Fox just dropped, and I was really excited about to get
It
this
looks
game.
good too. It looks good.
And I found out that he left and everything else, so he stepped down. And, hopefully it's not anything personal, as far as in family wise, something like that. But we had to wait and see. So
Mm-hmm.
but
All right.
that's most people like that. So hopefully it's nothing bad that happened to him or a company screwed them over or something like that. So that's
Well,
all.
according to the article, is this a reorganization, restructuring? So I guess their vision probably
That's
didn't fit.
corporate talk for like, yeah,
Yeah, I
corporate
know,
crap talk. So.
I know. All right, and last but not least, Nelson, what are your thoughts on Platinum Games going through their restructuring?
Just like any other company, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. It must be something where their financing is not in order, or the person feels like he's tired of doing it and they need to find someone else.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that, but I don't like the fact that people are blaming him for leaving, and then Star Fox Zero just popped, and then everyone's having like mixed reactions towards it.
Yeah.
And like I'm gonna say my 2 cents. This is like not even a review because I will not be picking up the game due to the fact that Nintendo's getting lazy. So all I'm gonna say is you guys did a great job fooling everyone by putting however much content you did from rehashed games of the Star Fox universe.
What in that new game?
So I'll put it like this: if you ever played the Super Nintendo, if you ever played the 64 version, if you ever
Yeah.
played the GameCube version, all three of those games, all three of their stories is meshed into one, and they're trying to make it seem like it's a brand new story when it's not.
Really? But you know what?
So
Isn't that might be a good thing too for those who weren't involved, like who missed out on Star Fox. They can probably get them
uh,
caught up.
I mean, in a sense, yeah, but for the people who's been playing Star Fox for years, like they took the original ending from the 64 version, put it back in here. They took the beginning intro of the 64 version, put it back in here.
Oh, so
They
it's like
took the
a
middle.
mega mix, pretty much.
It's weird. I just don't like the way how they did that because they did promise that it was gonna be a brand new game out of the gate, brand new story, brand new
Oh, did they?
everything. And the only thing that's new in the game is the Star Walker. Other than that, everything is the exact same.
Now, what is that Star Walker? Like, can you shed some
Star
light on?
Walker is like it basically has legs and it can walk.
Oh,
So
It was
it has
it was in
legs.
the video that I
Yeah.
had. Mm.
Apparently,
It's
they said it was in the GameCube version, but
it's
I
basically the Star Fox version of the at from Star Wars.
yeah, more or less. But I did not like the fact that the game could be beaten in a very short time. I didn't like the
But
fact
most of
that
Platinum games are like that. Like, you know, it,
right. But the thing is, if you promise something that was going to be brand spanking new, you gotta deliver on that.
hmm
And they did not deliver on that. It's literally like word for word, the exact same ending that happened in the 64 version is the exact same ending it is in this one. Word for
Shut
word.
up! Come on. I'm looking forward to playing the game.
Like word for word. Well, I'm just saying my 2 cents. You could just still play and have your own 5, 6 hours of gameplay to it. That's fine, but I will not be picking up this title. But
hmm
overall, Platinum Games, him stepping down, it's not a big deal. They'll still bounce back because he wasn't really um, like working as the R&D, or he wasn't working as like specs or anything like that. He had no influence with that. He was
hmm
just managing whatever he had to manage.
Okay.
The Platinum Games company will still go on to make good games.
Okay. With that being said, New Gaming Order, we're gonna go into intermission. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Yes, help us get to 2,000 subs. We're almost there. We're almost there. Just need like what 70 something ish, close like 60 something people. You know, shout out to Fullscreen, our partner, for supporting us. We've been doing great things, and we're looking to partner with more folks. Also, I want to put this information out. If you are a small company that's looking for decent advertisement, make sure you link up with me or Nelson. We can start spreading the word about independent companies and networking opportunities. So I'll be looking forward to doing that. As you know, Thumb Thrasher Gaming, New Gaming Order, Free Play Mode, Tough Nerd Toys, we endorse one another, so we would like to do the same and help each other out. So rate, comment, and subscribe, or I'm going to hit you with the Juggernaut Punch, and we'll see you on the next segment. Peace. Alrighty. So, this PlayStation Neo. I got two topics on that. And I
PlayStation Neo.
Yeah. Now I got Demizo's video in the background, but I don't know if I can. Well, we can do like a summary because I was trying to do that video this damn week, but it was
They installing Neo Geo games already built in.
now. Well, it's funny they called PlayStation 4 Neo, and then you had Project Morpheus. Yeah, hardy hard. Come on, fucking Sony. But all right. I'm gonna be hitting up this Neo on the next topic, so just strap in, not strap on, but strap in. We're going for a roller coaster ride in 3, 2, 1. We live, motherfuckers. We live. We back. We back. Like the Hodge twins. Oh man, fuck out the way. New Gaming Order hitting you with the head crush.
Fuck out the way.
Yeah, those guys are fucking funny. But in any case. The topic here, we're talking about the PlayStation 4.5, aka PlayStation 4K or 4Gay, and PlayStation 4 Neo. Now, free play mode, as you can see, make sure you check out this link. I'm gonna copy it. He had a Tough Nerd Toys LLC as a guest on his show's broadcast. And with that, I just wanted to weigh in. Now that this is official, the PlayStation 4.5, they already had the specs leaked out and everything. And I believe
I can fly.
Sony made a couple of fuck ups here. Number one, if you're in the lead, right? You're doing well. You release underpowered systems, right? Ride it out. The one thing I give Nintendo, they were riding out that Wii U. They fucked up real bad, but they took it to the face. Poo-tang pie, aka the Rock style. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, come on. Mid-cycle, you're gonna release a buffed up version of the PlayStation 4, right? Now, the most notable change is the RAM. They're putting faster RAM, double the power of a already beastly GPU. And my thing is, from the restrictions that I feel for the developers, because the developers, they're given all this restriction and red tape. Like, oh, okay, if you make a game for PlayStation Neo, it has to be in compliance with PlayStation 4 base model. Right? So you got some developers that are like, no, fuck that. Like, if we're having to take into account for two versions of the system, it's going to become too expensive and take too much time. So what should have happened is eliminate this base model. Eliminate the base model, or allow us to trade in for the new one, because I would kind of be pissed off where, like, okay, I want to make 4K games, right? But you can do it provided that the frame rate it'll still be able to match up. We don't want to split our market. Now developers can say, fuck you, Sony. That's not our problem. It's yours guys' job to sell consoles. It's our jobs to make games. So Sony trying to strong arm the developers into saying, hey, you can make a Neo mode, but it has to be in compliance with the base mode. Faux pas number one. Number two, I'm pissed because I was hoping that it was just going to be a rumor, but I'm sitting here now with an obsolete version of the PS4.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm freaking livid. I'm like, and you know what? Now I'm going after the fanboys. Justify that shit. Justify that shit. And you know what? Microsoft kind of switched places with Sony because we knew Microsoft was going to do an add-on to the Xbox One. Phil Spencer now has backtracked and like, we're not doing any upgrades. Right? The same way as the DRM situation. So that's why Sony can't be in such a commanding lead, because now they're like, hey, our shit don't stink. We can do whatever the fuck we want, and they're going to buy it. You know what I'm saying? So that's me going on a rant with it, but there's more to it. But I want to give everybody a chance because I'll just run with this fucker. But Sony did mess up with that. The developers aren't happy. You know what I mean? The good thing is the price is going to be $399. So it's not.
Bullshit.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I want to give free play mode a chance to speak on that, and if he wants to summarize what he was talking about with Danae of Top Nerd Toys. But Demenzo, you got the floor.
Like the main thing about the caveats that were given to the developers, and that hey, if you make a Neo mode, the game has to work with the base for a PS4 model, and I think that's not gonna last very long because keep in mind, like instead of asking developers to develop for one standard, you're now asking them to develop essentially for two different standards on one disc.
Yeah.
And that's going to take time. That's going to take extra development time. And
Mhm.
I and they're like, well, Sony's like, well, no, there will be no Neo only games. And I call bullshit on that because developers are going to come to Sony with an ultimatum. It's going to be like, hey, do you want us to make the base PS4 game along with the Neo mode and release it 4 to 6 months after the Xbox One mode game, which
Mm.
will give players who own Xbox Ones a leg up and ultimately cause people to possibly switch over to the Xbox One just to get the game sooner. Or,
But that's not always the case. Look what happened with Tomb
well,
Raider.
well,
Like,
let me finish. Or
mhm.
do you want to release a 4K like a PS4 Neo only game and release it alongside of the Xbox One, because that will roughly go into the same development time
Mhm.
span. And it's like, and Sony not wanting to split the market is actually splitting the market, because as soon as the PS4 Neo hits market, and presumably October,
October 11th, I think, was the
the
date. That was.
the trade-in value of a PlayStation 4 base model is going to go way, way down, because right now you get roughly $200 trade-in at GameStop, Best Buy, what have you. Maybe $225 from a mom and pop store, because you can get it for $349.99 right now, brand new.
Mhm.
PS4 Neo hits, you're probably only going to get $150, $125. And on the low end, if you have an original PlayStation 4, because that's only 500 gig, you're only going to get maybe $100
Yeah.
for it.
Oof. That hurts,
So,
man.
and Sony's like, oh, this is going to cost $400. I call bullshit on that, because this console is specifically being designed to extend the PlayStation 4's life cycle, as well as help out with the virtual reality that they're planning on launching, because the processor, the CPU processor, is essentially an overclocked version of their current processor, because the current processor is running at 1.6 gigahertz, while the new one in the PlayStation 4 Neo will be 2.1 gigahertz. The memory will still be GDDR5 8 gig, but at 911 hertz as opposed to 856. And there will be the GPU will be the main thing that's been powered more, in that it will have 2 times the computing units, because the original PlayStation 4 has 18 computing cores, whereas the PlayStation 4 Neo will have 36. So I highly doubt this thing will cost $399 at launch. I'm leaning more towards $450 outright,
Mhm.
399. And Sony doesn't realize it, but they just fucked over 40 million PlayStation 4 owners. Real talk. That's what they did.
Yeah.
And
Oof.
it honestly makes me glad that I don't have one.
You know what? I got with the PS4 because like there were their exclusives, and even those exclusives, I just don't find myself playing them as much. Like if somebody was like, oh well, you're a hypocrite. You got a PS4 and you got Street Fighter 5 on PC. That's not really exclusive. I'm still trying to find time to play the first party stuff, but at the end of the day, there's gonna be a lot of pissed off people, and justifiably so. And I believe this PS4 Neo is the PlayStation that was originally going to come out. And this is also a response, like you said, to PlayStation VR. That maybe that model may not need that power brick thing or that processing
No,
brick.
it's still gonna need it, but
Okay.
it's not gonna rely as heavily on it with the PlayStation 4 Neo as it will with the PlayStation 4 base model. And I told Danae this on my podcast, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it here. The PlayStation 4 Neo release, it comes from a place of pure arrogance because, as you said, Sony is in such a commanding lead by virtual 2-1 over the Xbox One, where they feel that they can do no wrong and that every move they make is golden. And they don't realize that their success is not a result of anything they've done right. It's a result of what Microsoft did wrong at the beginning of the console generation.
Yep. Yep. And you know what? That's such a true statement. And I got into fights with Sony fanboys over that. And it's like, you know, like a football game, if Microsoft fumbled and there was like 2 or 3 touchdowns or whatnot, they essentially gave the shit away. You know? So with that being said, Sony, again, they got their nose in the cloud. Like, why would they release a system like this? I would have waited for a PlayStation 5. I would have happily purchased a PlayStation 5. But
I agree because look at what's gonna happen. Sony's gonna release this thing in October, and they're doing it essentially to get PlayStation 4 over that hump from what they've been saying.
mm,
And they screwed over people who already own PlayStation 4s, which is 40 million people. They're also going to screw over people who buy this PlayStation 4 Neo because I guarantee you within 2.5 years, they're going to come with a PlayStation 5. And Microsoft is going to come with their new console in the next 2.5 years. And so people who invested in the PlayStation Neo are going to get screwed too because now there's PlayStation 5. So it's like, why did you release this thing? What was the purpose?
well, I can answer that. Nintendo's NX. Because they're afraid because of what the rumors are popping up saying that the NX in its current state is more powerful than the base PS4. And Sony's not having that. So they're like, oh, we got to bump this up.
Well, the Wii U is more powerful than the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, but you didn't see
What?
Microsoft and Sony rushing to put out a newer Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3.5 when the Wii U is released.
Times have changed.
So I honestly don't think Nintendo has anybody worrying about anything at this point.
Well, I think, again, Sony wants to stay that alpha male right now in the pack. So, but you know what, Demizel, I'm going to come back to you. I heard Khalif had a response. He like, So I want to hear what you got to say on that, you know. But also, there was something in the Discord I forgot. Hold on, I want to make sure. Also, Hihei Yoshida is trying to say, oh, we don't know if we're releasing a PS5. The only reason why I'm pretty sure they wouldn't even talk about it because it would cannibalize and destroy any support from their user base to say, hey, if a PS5 is coming out, I'm not going to buy the Neo. You know, I'll just wait for the 5 and just ride this one out. You know, but I'll go into that portion later. But, Khalif, Neo, what's going on with Sony, man? What are your thoughts?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell they thinking with this shit. See, the thing was, the thing was, I would have been okay with PlayStation 4K if it would have just been for 4K video, you know, video playback, that type of thing.
Uh-huh.
Once you start fucking with the game aspect thing, that's when you start going wrong. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I've been watching a lot of media coverage on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, not even PlayStation fanboys, a lot of people are saying that this isn't a big deal. because of the fact that hey, I still have a perfectly good PS4, and and which is true, which is fact.
Mhm.
But what think about this year or next year's E3, when we're looking at God of War 4, when we're looking at the next the Horizon or whatever game, whatever PlayStation game, not even a multi-platform. We're looking at that new Dead Don't Ride game that they just found out that this.
Yeah.
So like, what are we going to be seeing that on? When we see these trailers, when we see these trailers and when we see this gameplay, are we going to be looking at PlayStation 4 footage? Are we looking at Neo footage? Like, what are you're definitely splitting the fan base. There are 40 million plus of us out here that have a PS4. I
Mhm.
had it since day one, and I don't feel good about this at all. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like I've got my money's worth so far, because like I said, I got a day one. I bought a lot of games. I had a lot of fun with my PlayStation 4, but
Mhm.
you still got a long life cycle to go, man. You still got, at least,
Three,
four,
three or
years
four
left
more
in it.
years. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, about 4 years left in it. So why would you even think that it's even okay to try to split your player base? Because like I said, when you have these games shown off, you know, uh, I don't know of any publisher or company that's going to want to show this game not at its best. You're not going to want to show God of War 4 in regular PS4 mode when you have a Neo mode that looks better. Like, you know damn well they're going to try to show it as
And
beautiful as it can be.
exactly,
So
exactly.
you got 40 million people out here, and you know damn well they're not about to do no trade-in system, because if you just like you said, as soon as that bitch get announced, as soon as that bitch get officially confirmed, and we get, and that's another thing. I want to see what this motherfucker's gonna look like. Like, is it gonna be the same PS4, or are we getting? It's a lot of shit, man. Well, like, it's not gonna make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to do this.
Mhm.
Like I said, you're splitting the fan base for real. Because I mean, now when we start, like I said, they're not going to do no type of trade-in system.
Mhm.
We're going to be trying to trade in at GameStop, getting, shit, like you said, about $100, $150 for my shit.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's not even, that's out of the question.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna try to. I'm trying not to be too hard on them yet, because they haven't they haven't actually come out and said what this still all kind of leaks and stuff like that. Nothing that they put out. I want to see how they gonna spin this. I really want to see
Yeah.
how they gonna spin this.
But
How are you gonna convince people to keep buying PlayStation 4s, because they're not gonna
over and
discontinue
over.
PlayStation 4s.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So how are
let
you
me
gonna
tell
convince
you
them?
this: if Nintendo or Microsoft did this, they would have been crucified. I'm
Oh
telling
yes,
you, they would
hundred
have been.
percent.
And this is to you fucking fanboys out there. I'm just saying, let another company do this, they'll be burned at the stake. Fuck you guys.
Honestly though, I personally haven't seen anybody okay with this. Like, yeah, bring it on. Like, I'm gonna get it. Like,
No,
I don't
you.
know who the fuck
Uh,
is talking about getting it.
but
Who's
let me
talking
tell
about
you
getting it?
this: not one person. Like, as far as the consumer side of things, nobody's like you said. Some people aren't really too
The
mad about it.
response is like lukewarm
Yeah, yeah.
at best.
Now I'm,
At best, like nobody's really excited about it.
but nobody's mad
But
about it either.
no, there's a lot.
Even these so-called hardcore gamers, do y'all even have 4K TVs? Like, cause I mean,
Thank you.
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, is it even, how are you even
Yoshi
gonna release
turds.
this?
This is
I
Resolution
need to
Gate,
see
man.
what's some percentages on who even has 4K TVs, G?
I
You know
do.
what I'm saying? That shit. I mean, you are. I'm pretty sure you're one of the minorities, G.
I'm a
I mean,
minority. What?
I'm
You know what he mean.
you know what I'm saying? I'm
Well,
pretty
I am
sure
though.
that there's all these. I'm pretty sure all these, 40 million of these PlayStation 4 owners, probably a million or two of them probably got a 4K TV.
All right.
Like,
Well, I'm just saying, man. Let somebody else do it. Oh, look at what they're doing. I'm just it's whatever. Takuma, what are your thoughts, man? Because
Man,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm about to start cussing. Are you kidding me right
No,
now?
no, for real. I'm telling you, there's
I'm
two
like,
people. The reason why I was like that, there's two people that I know for sure. If I bring up that argument, they're gonna defend Sony.
oh,
They're
we
gonna
ain't talking
defend
about the
them.
natural, are we?
No comment, no comment. But
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm trying to be in the market now to get a PS4. Now you're telling me you about to get ready to release another new
Exactly.
system?
Why?
I'm
Why would
like,
you
what the
even want to
hell?
buy
Like,
one?
why would you? Thank you. Why would you even come with the concept? Who's on your concept team? They need to be fired. I'm sorry. The people in the background that be sitting around there just coming in with their late with their coffee, y'all need to be fired because y'all effing up bad. I'm like,
yeah,
y'all
that
don't
that
think
that, that
nothing
pisses
about the
me off,
consumers
man.
anymore. Oh, we got PS4. Hey, let's make a
Yo,
PS4
what's gonna
Neo.
be
What type of is that? Really?
what's gonna be interesting
No.
though? I don't mean to interrupt you though. I don't,
Go ahead.
what's gonna be interesting is gonna be these NPDs. When these NPDs come out, I'm pretty sure they're still gonna lead the NPDs as far as sales over Microsoft and shit. But I'm wondering how them sales are gonna if them sales are gonna dip, how they're gonna go because just like you say, if I'm in the market for a PS4, I don't have one, and I'm hearing all these rumors talking about a Neo coming out.
Hmm.
Like, why
Right.
would I even think? Just being
Exactly.
just being a even just having common sense, being a consumer. Why would I even think to
Hmm.
buy a PS4 right now?
Yeah. I think
So
what they're putting information out now so that they can get people's appetite wet by E3, build up the hype for October, and then for this holiday season try to make a killing for Christmas. That's gonna be the
Man,
plan.
that's oh
so
my
people are
goodness.
gonna spend 1,000 plus on
And PlayStation VR comes out this
exactly.
year.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
I'm like,
People, you're gonna expect people to pay 1,000 plus for for PS4 Neo and your VR system. Like you already had it coming with this VR system shit. Y'all should have focused on that if y'all was gonna do it. Now you trying to get people to buy another system too? Like, come on, man.
no. See,
They
Yeah.
better
I'm
scrap
just
this shit.
like, see, if I had a job that's
If you had
bringing
a
my
job, what?
75K a year, then I would be like, okay, like man, I could throw some money down
Yeah,
for a PS4
I could,
and a little further VR. But now I'm like, are you all crazy? Y'all smoking crack. Look, 3 people have died already that we know and love. Don't be the fourth person that go off the deep end. All right, come on. Let's just
Dang.
damn. I'm
But
like,
I'm
really?
just.
Oh my goodness.
My thing
Fanboys,
is,
they can go
look.
suck it. I don't care what them fanboys gotta say. Y'all
Here,
can suck it. This y'all company, and this is the thing that y'all sucking on. You know what? Oh my
it's
goodness.
like they.
I ain't gonna even get started. I'm not going there.
You know what's going on? Sony's going balls deep, like the Haas twins on their
Right.
their
It's just,
market.
oh my goodness.
Here's the thing. I've been watching Vampire Diaries with my girlfriend on Netflix, right? And those who are familiar with it would know that there's a thing called compulsion that vampires do to humans. I think that's what Sony has done to their fans. They're gonna accept this. They're gonna accept this. But
Okay, look. Let me do this. I'm gonna just switch sides for a second and just think about maybe what Sony's thinking right now. Because let's just say this is entertain the shit that Shuhei's saying about maybe there's not going to be a PS5. So maybe this is me just telling y'all, hey, look, this Neo's gonna come out. This is gonna be the last piece of new hardware we're bringing out. From here on, y'all gonna just have to switch out components, PC style. Is
Yeah,
that plausible right
I
now?
think I'm about to jump ship and just go.
yeah, it's less
I think it's
headache.
about time for me to go.
Is that what you is that plausible though? Is that
Well,
something
no.
you think
Here's
is
here's
happening right now?
here's another theory. They already know that the systems are underpowered, right? Number one. I think that they're releasing this Neo to buy more time for a PS5 because the base model is not going to cut it going forward. You know what I mean? Especially,
But says
standing
who
up to
though? Like
PC.
you got 40 million plus out here
No,
buying
no,
this
no, no,
shit.
no.
Who?
I'm saying like PC technology is like going Super Saiyan Blue on these games already. So you got to look at, all right, if they're gonna stay competitive or keep up, they need to extend the life of the PS4, right? Try to keep up with these PC games in terms of like their graphic fidelity. You know what I mean? And then this way they can breathe and say, hey, we have more time to work on a PS5. That's being devil's advocate right now. And I'm not
Okay.
trying to give Sony any dap, but Microsoft and Sony messed up for releasing these underpowered systems. End of
This
story.
PS this PS4 Neo whatever it is, it's like freaking like Coke Light or something like that, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Pepsi
yeah, yeah,
Clear.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
what the hell is this
What the hell is this bullshit? What is it? I want to see what this shit gonna look like, man. Like for
I
this
think
to
it's gonna
be
look the
something.
same. I think it's gonna look the same. Yeah.
I'm sorry, if it's slimmer than the freaking original PS4 design, I'm counting every fanboy I see.
Well, hey, it,
I'm,
again, I stay on my
It would
my.
have to be different, right? Like it would. I mean, cause
It'll
how
probably come
how
out a
would you
different
do that?
color, or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's give Nelson a chance to speak on this because I'm pretty sure he has a different outlook on it. So we already pretty much put all the foundation out there. But Nelson, what are your thoughts from a different point of view, or if you agree with us? Like, I mean, this is just I don't know. But yeah, Nelson, go ahead.
Um, what I basically think is a waste of time.
thank you.
I don't agree that these consoles are underpowered. I'm gonna explain why. The reason why you say it's underpowered because you're seeing brand new specs and you're seeing minuscule differences. For people who don't know what minuscule is, it's very little change. Very
Mhm.
little change within the console. This is only just to support 4K.
Mhm.
Nothing else. Now, if you're going off of this base model, right, and you want everyone to go out and buy this Neo version of the thing, now this is what, I'm not saying fanboys, but this is what people will expect. And I know there are some dumb fucking people out there. So I'm
Mhm.
going to break it down to you. All right, guys. So I got the PlayStation Neo today. I spent like maybe $600. Just throwing it out there.
$599 US.
For 4K support. So I want to stream on the console, so I can stream in 4K, right? I can stream
Wrong.
all my games in 4K now, right?
Wrong.
No. You're only still going to be able to stream at 720p at 30 frames per second. All right, so what's another issue that people's gonna start going nuts about? Oh, I got more RAM. I got a what? Maybe a 75 input of RAM increase. Oh, so that means that my games will run fast at 60 frames per second? No.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Games will still run at 30 frames per second if the company decides to.
But no, but that's even no. The thing is, a Neo mode game, it can't be maxed out on that Neo system because if the PS4, the base model can't keep up with it,
But no,
Sony won't let them do
The
it.
caveat that one of the caveats that Sony had is that if a game is gonna have a Neo mode, it has to outperform the base model mode. Meaning, like if a game is 720p, 30 frames per second on the base model mode, it has to be 1080p, 60 frames per
but
second
it's
on Neo
not
mode.
going to. That's what I'm trying to inform these fools. You're getting another console because they have to make more money off of you. There is nothing of another reason for you to go out and buy another fucking console. We have yet to hear a trade-in system where you can give in your old PlayStation 4 to get the Neo to endorse that model even further. There's been no word of that. Okay, so that makes it even worse for consumers to be like, oh, I don't know about this. I just might keep my old PlayStation 4 model. And then what Khalif said earlier, who the fuck has a 4K television right now?
I do.
I do.
But besides us in this room,
I ain't got
who the
one.
fuck? Just listen. Who the fuck has a 4K television to go around and be like, all right, I'm gonna support and get another PlayStation 4 console just so I can still output it. But again, if you read the specs, does it natively do it? It does not.
No, it won't.
It
It'll
does
upscale.
not. Right, correct. Upscale. For all you dumbass people, it will upscale. You do not get the native support. So now it brings into more questioning. How much is the price point gonna be now?
It's $399 that they're supposedly
I'm
saying.
I'm betting $450.
Nah, I bet 500 straight. Reason
Oh
being,
my goodness.
is because they're gonna bundle it with the VR. They ain't stupid. They're gonna bundle it with the VR, and it's probably gonna even be more money on top of that. And then
I don't know. With the VR, man, that's gonna be a lot of money.
Listen.
Damn.
People's gonna bitch just like they did with the Xbox One and the Kinect, and then they're gonna make a whole nother bundle without it. It's gonna happen, and they're gonna try to force it on people just to see what people will do. That's just the case in point of that. But me personally, for someone who streams, there's no fucking reason to get another PS4 console when the streaming market today, you can only stream at an output of 1080p, maybe 60 frames depending on your rig, but your general basis is going to be 720p at 60 frames per second. I don't want to meet that fucking one next person that's going to buy a PlayStation Neo PS 4.5, whatever the fuck it's called. And you'd be like, oh, I'm streaming at 4K, guys. I'm streaming at 4K. It's at 60 frames per second. I will shoot you in the face.
Yeah.
You'll be the next statistic. You'll be the next statistic along with, God forbid, China and Prince and possibly the PS4's downfall. That's what I'm going to mention. I don't want you to be the next statistic because I think people don't read and they don't get their facts straight.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. It's a waste of time to make the console. Y'all should just sit there and hold that just like Nintendo did and just build up the foundation like you always have.
Yep. And just work with what you got, But and if you look at the link that I put in the Discord, I also put it in the chat. Sony wants the systems to coexist, and Sony wants cohabitation between these two consoles. So there won't be any new controllers. The DualShocks will still be the primarily or the traditional controller.
Why don't they just make a fucking see? This is what gets me so mad.
No, I know.
The console's underpowered. They say the console's underpowered, but yet you can easily just make a fucking update so the people can have their 4K, not native, but 4K upscale support, and then that will shut everything the fuck up. Because technically that's the exact same thing that you're gonna be doing, but spending an extra $400 fucking dollars just to get one update. That's a waste of goddamn time.
Thank you. Not even some PCs can do 4K consistently.
Mine can. I'm just saying though.
No, but I mean special cases, But like even Review Tech said it. Certain PCs, even when you're buffing them, you got some folks that it's just not that easy to do. It requires a lot of power. You know what I mean? So with this minute update, right? It's like, man, these folks, the sheep are fucking blind, man. Sony again, they're high on arrogance. They're trying to edge out Nintendo. They know that they're trying to capitalize on the 4K market, and they should just again hold that to the chest. You made a mistake or a bad move on the chessboard, and you just have to do what you got to do. Literally, if you look at the article, everything is pretty much going to be exactly the same, just specs are different. Or what the RAM and the GPU. Everything else is going to be the same.
I got a question. It may be stupid, but what happens if you play your Xbox One on a 4K TV? Does that make it 4K playable?
No. You'll notice it. You'll notice it. Like it just kind of gets.
Even if, because as far as what I know, from the 360, you're able to upscale it to whatever resolution that your TV can support.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that it will be native. It will just fill up the screen. That's all it will do. It will just fill it up.
Yeah.
It won't have those black borders that you sometimes may see or whatever the fuck the case may be.
Yeah,
you can probably do the same thing on the Xbox One. If you have the television to render that size. But it's not going to do that. And plus, Microsoft even set out and mentioned if they were going to do a 4K thing, they would just come out with an update. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
It's not hard to be honest with you guys. You have GDDR5 RAM, and you have either an AMD chip or a GeForce chip that's custom made for the console. You can easily just still support the plugin for your games to support up to the 4K, but again, it's only going to fill up your television. It's not going to make it sparkly.
Yeah, I guess the ratio and all that shit. So
ratio aspect will fill up. That's all that's just going to happen, and that's what you guys is going to buy. You're buying a fucking $400 console just to fill up that damn TV gap if you have a 4K. Nothing else is going to change. The game's not going to run faster. You're not going to be able to stream at a higher resolution. You're not going to be able to say like, oh, so does that mean that we're getting more memory inside the console? No, you're still gonna get 500 gigs. And that's the sad part. You're not getting a terabyte. You're getting 500 gigs. So look
You
like
know
they're
what?
gonna do not buy this.
I don't know, man. I go on my Juggernaut rants, but it just to show that the thing is, I got the PS4 thinking, hey, that's all I'm ever gonna need. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, man. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But in conclusion, we're gonna get ready for the last segment, which is PSAs, which I need to be pretty short because I gotta get ready to roll. But make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on NewGamingOrder.com. And disclaimer: opinions are just that. I hate that I have to put that in here because I know some people are gonna be like off with his head. Just see things from different points of view and understand why people feel a certain way about this PlayStation 4 Neo. Uh, I don't know if Sony's looking to make a profit off of this. I think they made all the money that they're going to make. But if they're going for the gold sucker, like Booker T and Hulk Hogan, but hey, it is what it is. But leave your comments below. Um, Again, just be respectful about it, and we'll just leave it at that. So we're gonna go into intermission. We'll see you on the next segment. Nelson, you know they're gonna come after me, man, but they can bring it on like that cheerleader movie. But it's true though. It's true though. Like it's not right to those who invested the money and expanded their library. You know, since the beginning of the release of that console, and then they're like, hey, you know what? We got like a new. Okay, granted, if you're going to the car dealership and then you buy a car, the next year you know another one's coming out. You just have to roll with what you have. But you know, when it comes to like games, it's different because now you got these games that are gonna be affected. Developers who are gonna be strained. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be like, hey, give us a base. Are we gonna switch straight to Neo mode, for everything and still support the older disc or what? You know. But Demiso, let me ask you a question.
So
Would it be smart for Sony to just discontinue the base model and just focus on this Neo mode?
I honestly say yeah, because how, like, as someone said earlier, now that the knowledge that the Neo is coming out, what incentive would you have to buy a base model PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Like, I can see like parents buying it for younger kids as the cheaper model, like
Mhm.
as not wanting to spend money on a PlayStation 4 Neo, but I can't honestly see like what do you say to a person to convince them to not buy the better version of a console, especially when you put them both side by side? It's like, what's the sales pitch for that?
Yeah.
Honestly.
You wanna know what's
Oh.
funny? You wanna know what's funny about this shit? 'Cause I based this on how I decided whether I was gonna get a PS4 or Xbox One. When you looked at them specs, you saw, okay, it may be minute, it may not be that big of a difference, but hey, there is a difference. It's stronger. Just like you said, why would somebody want to get the weaker one if this one is, the same price, or it's definitely not gonna be cheaper.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna take them at their word at that 390. I'm not gonna say they're gonna put it any cheaper or expensive.
Mhm.
I'm gonna,
Like
I'm gonna take them for their word.
All
like
right.
and the thing is, like, here's the thing with they're hoping that a lot of base model PlayStation 4 owners will trade in their PlayStation 4s and get Neos, but you have to look at who owns PlayStation 4s. They're not going to get a lot of people aged 9 to about 19, 20 years old, because by and large those are the people that didn't buy their own console, like their
Yeah.
parents
Yeah.
bought it for
Yeah.
them.
Little
So
Billy.
so their parents are not going to rush out and buy a slightly upgraded version of a existing console that they already spent $400 on, maybe $350 on. They're not going to do it. And then you have like people who are just getting into their jobs or their careers, aged 18 to maybe like 23, 24, and they're not going to go out and trade in their PlayStation 4 for, like, not a lot of them anyway, because those people don't have that kind of disposable income to rebuy a system.
Exactly.
Mm.
So like most the people that will mainly buy a PlayStation 4 Neo are people with disposable incomes age 24 and up, or people who don't already own a PlayStation 4.
Mhm. All right.
The people
So
that'll buy a Neo are the people that already have a PlayStation 4 are saying, I don't want to buy this bullshit. I already got a PlayStation 4. Y'all come putting out this bullshit here. And nobody's gonna. I don't
Get them,
see
get them
anybody
an
buying this
update.
shit.
Just like,
People are gonna buy this out of pure ignorance because they're like, oh, a new PS4, and just buy it. You know what I'm saying? Not even understanding it's a new, it's 4K and all that shit. They're just gonna see a new PS4 and buy it.
all right, all right. Now we're gonna go into PSAs, and with that, I'm going to knock out. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep it brief. So, actually, there's three of them that I wanted to talk about, but let me get that up and running. All right, so we're gonna start in three, two, one. What's going on, New Gaming Order? We are back for the final portion of the show. Again, those who've been watching the director's cut, I'm seeing the numbers. I'm liking that. You're getting extra content, extended conversations that will not ordinarily pop up on YouTube directly. So I encourage you, check out the director's cut, raw and unedited. Okay. Now we're going into our PSA segment of the show. Let me go ahead and get this fixed. Intermission. Okay. Chat is back up and running. All right. So new gaming order this week in gaming news. PSA number one. It pains me to hear that death and video games are going hand in hand when it comes to stupidity. Apparently, Glendale family suffered a loss because a teenager was trying to sell an Xbox One and ended up losing their life. Apparently, there's a makeshift. 16-year-old was getting ready to sell an Xbox One, and he was shot and killed. Wow. What's the hell is wrong with the world today? I mean, it was just an Xbox One. You didn't have to kill the kid over it. You know what I mean? Go get a job. Go do something. Mop floors. Work at Mickey D's or something. Earn your keep. There's no reason for a material thing such as that. You know, I don't know, man. That bugs me. I don't know if you guys heard about the news, but it's just
I
something.
did.
Yeah. I mean, what are your thoughts on it,
Yeah, I
Takuma?
did. Man, it's just sad because it's like I wait for this generation and I really feel sorry for it because it's just like um, it's just sad that we had it is just why because
Mm.
I'm not needing. Let me tell you somebody. Why'd you shoot this kid in the back? I mean, was he? I don't know if he was bigger than you or whatever, something like that. Or you had a gripe. Like, when I was growing up and something like that, and we was hustling like Nintendo games. We was trading Nintendo games.
Yeah, yeah,
No
yeah.
one really got shot or something like that. It was a fight. Somebody got beat up or you got jacked, but
Mm.
no one died. And eventually, you got your stuff back. You want to be cool about it. You could have got your stuff back in the day. But
Mhm.
now it's like, okay, people like this tells me now, okay, first of all, you couldn't fight.
Mm.
There's no good parenting in your house, and you just up and shoot the kid, get in your car and run away. And then on top, I'm like, it's like I don't. It's like a lot. It's like I'm really angry. I'm really sad about this. It's just like it's just too much. I'm like, dude, really?
And
And
now
you
he
you
just
couldn't
turned
ask your mom
16
and dad to
too.
go buy one.
Yeah.
All the stuff that's out there, the eBay sites of like trade stuff and something like that. Whatever happened to the common hustle? Like, look, you know what? If I want this, I'm gonna start putting money up. I'm gonna start cutting grass. Let me go do something for the neighbors. Let me start getting ask for allowance. You know, Kids nowadays forgot to get their hustle on. They forgot they hustled in different ways now for drugs and everything else. Now, what happened to getting your hustle just to save money? It's
Mhm.
something that you can do out here in life other than freaking join the gang, selling drugs,
Mm-hmm.
robbing people. Like I said, it's so much other stuff you could do to make money, and it's just sad. Man,
Now,
my heart go out to his family and everybody else. It's
now
sad.
the fucking moron that killed this young boy. They got his freaking mugshot up.
Yeah, I seen that too. I,
Aaron C. Ott, not 19, is the accused shooter and supposed purchaser of that Xbox One. And I hope it was a video game was worth spending the rest of your time or your life in jail. He's
when I
over.
put him in jail, I would put the Xbox in. The
Well,
TV wouldn't work. Yeah, sit here for a couple of years.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Leave the console there without the
Get the console
controllers
there,
or
plug it
no
all in,
power
but
cords
the
and
TV
stuff.
don't work. Yeah, play it now.
Wow. Yeah, that I again I can't wish too much because I'm trying to change my ways and be a little more positive just in my everyday life. But he's gonna get what's coming to him. I know he's gonna get what's coming to him. But that was PSA number one. I hate to start it off on such a morbid situation, but with that, apparently Sony, Sony is cranking up this storage space to 3 terabytes, 3.3 on optical disc, uh, courtesy of Shinwar. I'm not too I'm not too familiar with this. I wish Shinwar was here. I invited him to be on the podcast, but he was kind of busy. But this some information for you guys to know. I wonder why. I mean, you got the Blu-rays that are out. It just I don't know what the purpose this serves. Optical discs like Blu-ray are losing favor. Why I don't know, but Sony and Panasonic don't seem to care. The companies have cranked up the storage space capacity on an optical media to a stunning 3.3 terabytes, tetrabytes. Or I don't know.
Terabytes here.
Yeah, I'm just.
I don't see how that makes any kind of sense, to be honest with you.
Okay, well,
Because I honestly think that the next console generation will be on flash cards, like, because you can easily get like a like a 50 gig flash card or a 128 gig flash card for less than $50 these days. So that's where I see where console gaming is gonna go. Plus, those things are getting very, very inexpensive to produce.
And
So
you
I
know
don't.
what? If they go to these card types setups, wouldn't it eliminate the need for loading in games? Because remember when the PlayStation, Saturn, and all that they start going disc based, we've got a lot of loading screens. You know,
Well, that's essentially what a solid state hard drive is just a giant flash card.
yeah, yeah, and quicker accessibility to the media because it doesn't have to spin like on a drive to go to the sectors and pull whatever data, But I mean, do you see a future for this Demizzle? I mean, is it gonna catch
I
or what?
really don't. I don't see the point in it. Like 4K movies don't take up a full 50 gig of Blu-ray disc space as
Yeah.
is. So I don't see why you need a disc that's 3.3 terabytes. That's pointless.
Okay. Okay. Now with that, just wondering, but my last PSA, Guile, Street Fighter Five, he's on his way, and apparently, most of us military folks that are on this show know, even if Guile's in the Air Force, he's completely out of regs. His hair's off. There's no way he's gonna be running around in Class B's with rolled up sleeves like that.
Right.
He's 110% wrong. AR 600 dash 9.
But
Where
what
and
is? Who gonna be the person that gonna tell him that though?
Dude, God was a major, yo. Who's gonna tell him that he's out of reg?
Lieutenant Colonel.
I don't know, a brigadier general or
How often do you see that happening? Truthfully.
not often.
Well, hey, what goes on with the officers? They get They're ass chewings too. So don't be fooled. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
if you're like lieutenant colonel, or general, you're not hanging out on the base looking to bust some major. You know?
Right. You got better things to do than that. Just saying. You do
Oh,
like
believe
man.
him.
Who gonna
But
tell this man?
Like full bird colonels just walking around with full goatees, like
I hated that. I
but
was like,
then
no,
but then
not the Marines.
no, but the
but it's
problem with
like
that
who's
though.
gonna who's gonna tell these honestly, Alex, it's gonna be like who's gonna bust down these people? It's not like eh.
Right.
when you get that high up in rank, it's like tease, like
I hated that. I
But
was like,
then
no,
but then
not the Marines.
no, but the
but it's
problem with
like
that
who's
though.
gonna who's gonna tell these honestly, Alex, it's gonna be like who's gonna bust down these people? It's not like eh.
Right.
when you get that high up in rank, it's like I could do this and nobody's gonna say jack shit to me.
But then, I mean, you can't impose the regs on a private and start giving them counseling statements, and then you're running around these officers. They gotta set the
That's true.
example for the soldiers. So it's
I
just
seen some without they have the just regular dress shirt on, but after like the white underneath, they don't have that on, and their chest had be sticking out. I'm like, it looks like a gremlin sticking out your chest. Man, tuck that in.
all
Either
right.
shave or tuck that in. Do something.
Alex, it's the same way in the corporate world, bro. When you get high enough, it becomes do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. All right, but without going too far into it, I noticed. Well, they confirmed that Guile is 100% charged, the first fully charged character for Street Fighter V. He will be sporting his retro stage from Street Fighter 2. And with the
It will
Unreal.
be a downloadable content stage at 40,000 fight money.
Now, if you're a season pass owner, you will get it for free. And they pretty much replicated that stage to the T. And the cool thing with the Unreal Engine, you get to see like the sun giving off a cast shadow, giving the stage new life. So that's gonna be freaking awesome. So expect to see Guile towards the end of the month. Also, you have the rage quitting system update. They're finally gonna start punishing those folks.
Yeah, what are they doing up to that now? Cause
Well, before they were just docking people
yeah,
tons of fight rank points,
Hmm.
but now like they're taking it a step further. Like whereas Killer Instinct, they put you in rage quitter jail and you could only play against other rage quitters.
And you fight your way out.
Yeah, you had to get like 10 completed matches to be out of rage quitter jail. Street Fighter V is going to take it a step further in that unless someone specifically invites you to play online, you won't be able to play for a certain amount of time.
oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, they said the way this will work is the system will identify players who have high disconnect rates during matches and will lock them out of matchmaking for a period of time. Players who have been identified as abusing the system will receive an in-game message notifying them they have been locked out of matchmaking. More additions and enhancements to the system will be implemented in the future. So this is just, I guess, rollout phase 2, and they're just gonna escalate it as it goes along. But I'm pretty sure it gets, by the end of the year, they'll have a firm established setup as to like Killer Instinct, and like let's say they lock him out of matchmaking completely. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to start from the ground up, lose all their fight money or whatever. It has to be stiff. Also, they're making improvements to matchmaking, especially for the folks out in Europe. They were having some issues that I read. It's gonna be easier for them to, find matches, so to speak. So, that's pretty much all I got for PSAs. If anybody has like some PC sales or anything, game worthy that we can put up, you have the floor.
No, I'm good. I ain't got nothing.
Alrighty.
My
All
final thoughts. I mean, that's
I
one.
got something.
right, go ahead, Nelson.
Alright, so if you want to talk about PC, if anyone is familiar with Melty Blood.
I am.
Anybody?
The game.
I have it.
Yeah, okay, so apparently Melty Blood is out on Steam as of right now.
Oh, good.
Oh,
How much?
For right now, till the Well, today is the last day to get it for sale for $19.99.
How much is it full price?
I think like 25, 26.
All right, I'll look into it. I'll look
Guys,
into it.
online matchmaking, 6-player lobbies.
All right.
So,
Oh, I thought she was coming out a little bit later on, man.
No, she's April. Gargos is May.
yeah.
I can't believe he.
Wait. Oh, you know what? I've been so out of the loop with Killer Instinct. So Gargos is actually going to be making it into Killer Instinct, huh?
Yep.
All right, good stuff. Now, is this going to be the last season for Killer Instinct? Since now they're almost done. What was that?
I can't believe he.
Wait. Oh, you know what? I've been so out of the loop with Killer Instinct. So Gargos is actually going to be making it into Killer Instinct, huh?
Yep.
All right, good stuff. Now, is this gonna be the last season for Killer Instinct? Since now they're almost done. What was that? Because now anything else, it's like they're gonna have to make new characters. You know what I think too? What they should do is just do Killer Instinct 2 and then expand the story and
But there's no point. They're not trying to pull a Street Fighter.
Oh wow. Dang. All right. All right.
So the other last two things I want to talk about is Mad Catz. Mad Catz is officially no longer a sponsor of the Capcom Pro Tour.
What happened?
Due to their financial loss with Rock Band.
Oh shit.
And also they had a downsize of 35% of people in their company, including sponsored players such as Mago and Taquito.
Oh.
So they are no longer doing none of that, even though that it still says on their banner that they are a supporter of the Capcom Pro Tour. But like out of legal reasons and like actual documentation, they will be implementing a new banner logo that will be removing them out of the equation altogether.
Wow. How the mighty have fallen from grace. That sucks.
So, and the last piece of news, which is something that we had covered on a previous podcast, but I want to bring it back up because apparently people are so fucking stupid. I'm going to generally base this as a whole, not based off of the game that I put in the Discord, because the user used it in the reference of Black Ops 3. But this is talking about microtransactions and how it's using it in a form of an illegal base gambling system marketing for little kids.
What? Wait. Say that again?
I'm going to say it again. It's basically referencing to companies who have microtransaction things or DLC that are imposing illegal gambling usage for little children and up. And I'm going to explain a little bit into it. Let's say, for an example, you are promised to get a gun in Call of Duty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Promised. So you go out and you spend about $80 in real money. Now, in the game, you have a roulette system, which is completely random. You will not know what you get. Out of the $80 you just spent, you did not get one gun.
Oh, they got played.
You did not get one gun. So you go out and spend another $80. You still do not get that gun. And now you're basically giving that company or software developer all the money that they need to fuel for their next game without even you realizing that you fucked up.
Wow.
This goes on for Call of Duty. This goes on for NBA 2K, for all you basketball heads out there buying the virtual credits to get your little stupid deck cards for your legendary players. You're into the same shit. Let's see, what's another thing that's like a Street Fighter 5, Killer Instinct, and many other titles that feature this exact same business model. So if you go out there and you're thinking like, okay, I'm not guaranteed this DLC, you should not partake in the gambling that you're schemed in.
Wow.
Because in other games, you're like Street Fighter, you do have a reason of getting actual Zenny because you're guaranteed your content, correct?
Yeah.
You're guaranteed. Once you click on that character, he is unlocked for you right from the gate.
Can you get me a link to that so I can put that in the Discord?
The video is right there. He explains it in depth. It's a
Uh,
video. It's a video log of him reading these practices and
all right, and let me see. And then I'm pretty sure there's like a link
yeah, there's
to.
a link in his video that will.
All right, what the hell?
But again, it's also same thing in Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. You're using money in the sense of you getting armor that you would want to use, and you're
Yeah.
not guaranteed this particular armor because of the fact that it's a random base. It's a slot machine. You never know if you're gonna fucking win. But what it is guaranteed to be known is that you're wasting a lot of money on an item that you're not guaranteed to have.
Uh huh.
Also, another general base example for all the mobile crackheads out
Oh
there that like to
shit.
play casual cell phone games and Candy Crush and all this other shit, you're already wasting times and times of like effort to wasting money on moves to further fuel the market to stay afloat, and you're losing out and not getting anything in return.
Nelson, let me.
Damn.
Wait, is it that Black Ops supply drop thing?
Yes, that's what
Guess what?
that's
If
basing
you
it off of. But if you look at it further in other practices, there's a lot of other games that do it
now,
just like
I tried to go to those links and they were shut down.
well, probably because the people are trying to make it like not known for the companies that are actually in this business practice.
Yeah, New
But
Gaming Order. Look at this. Look at
there's a
this.
lot of business
Page not
companies that
found.
are in. Yeah, there's a lot of business companies that are in this practice to be able to do this, but you
Wow.
need to stand up to this. Just like I'm pretty sure some time ago, On Your Knees has mentioned this. Do not support a game that's doing stupid business practices. Force them to realize that we are not willing to take this shit to a point where you're wasting thousands upon thousands of dollars to get one in-game content with the percentage of probably 0.1%.
Wow. That
So
that
do not support this idea. Stand up, write a petition, do what you gotta do, make angry videos, make your voice heard. Because if you fucking sit there, you're just gonna be wasting money. There's no reason for me to get like FIFA and spend 3 grand to get the best player in the game.
Now remember what happened with that kid on that podcast we were talking about how
Oh
they
yeah,
ran up all
yeah.
that money on the dad's credit
FIFA or
card.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like in-game transactions, and Dum Dum was trying to say, "Oh, he didn't know he was doing it. He knew he was doing it. It's just that the way that they have it set up, it's easy
It's an easy accessibility
yeah,
to access something of that, especially if your credit card or whatever thing you're using is linked to the account.
yeah.
This is the reason why I'm highly upset and I do not support this method. What I do support is in-game DLC, which you can pay a one-time fee and you're guaranteed that item. I support that 110%.
Hmm.
No ifs or buts about that. But when you're told that, all right, you have the guaranteed chance of getting MP4, which is what people are bitching about, or MP7, I think,
Yeah.
in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and you're not guaranteed of getting it because you're spending a shit ton of money
It's
and you're
it's
getting nothing
gambling.
but and you're getting
Wow.
nothing but skins, gestures, and outfits for your character. No one wants that.
That's encouraging gambling
Correct,
behavior.
and this is the reason why I want to bring this to fruition because you're targeting little kids now. And you may not think this when you like sitting there making your business model, but 12-year-olds play this game. You're influencing 12-year-olds at an early age to gamble, and they don't even realize it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? That's something we're probably gonna revisit that once I do more research on there and have its own like segment
Well,
because
if you watch the whole video, you'll have like all the information you need to go over.
okay, but all the links that I went to the Reddit and all that, like it
Yeah,
kept coming
but
up.
just hearing him will still
Okay,
get you to the base
yeah,
idea.
I'll try it because I didn't want to get the video flagged or anything.
No,
But
no, 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 that's fine.
all right, all right. So new
So
gaming
that's all.
order. We're gonna start conclusion. Any of the staff have any final comments before we log off?
Just be sure to check out my latest videos. Did a loot crate unboxing. This month's theme was Quest, so I do give big shout out to the free play mode audience as well as the new gaming audience, new gaming order audience, because without you guys, Loot Crate wouldn't have been possible. So thank you for that, and look out for more Loot Crate unboxings next month. And I might actually get a second loot crate, and I want to know what loot crate you guys think I should get. Should I get the anime one, the level up one, the video gaming one? Which one would you guys like to see me get so I can unbox it? And also look out for more UFC 2 videos and more quick hit videos. If you haven't seen the PlayStation Neo one, definitely give that one a look because it with Danae from Tough Nerd Toys, it was definitely an interesting episode.
All right, all right. Um, Shin Takuma, final remarks, man, before we log off.
Yeah. All right. It's been a really tough week for the community, for the three people that we lost. Who brought us comedy. We brought someone who brought us entertainment and who brought us hope.
Oh, hold on 1 second, Takuma, you're cutting out. All right, Takuma, try again. Hello, Takuma. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah.
We hear you.
Okay. All right. So for the three losses that we had this week, um, it kind of puts into perspective on your life and what's going on around you. If you think life is short, if you don't think life is short, you should take a second look because no one on this community in this stream right now, no one in this world is promised tomorrow. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever you're doing, make sure you do it to the fullest and make sure you leave something behind for others to carry on.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now we're all too not to do something better. So that's what I challenge everybody with, and that's my thought. Just make sure you live your life to the fullest. Do something, leave something behind for others.
Leave legacy.
Leave legacy.
All right, all
Definitely.
right,
And whatever you gotta do, just so that's my final thought.
all right. And Nelson, any final words before we log off for today?
Um, just basically keep checking out NewGamingOrder.com for the latest info on podcasts and other information about anything else. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel. As Alex mentioned, we're almost at 2,000 subscribers. Um, be sure to check our Twitter because that's where most of the information is led to when we're starting the show, when we're doing a podcast, Friday Night Fights, or any other random stream that we're doing. And I am making a streaming schedule, which I will be, because Alex apparently wants me to stream on the main channel again, and I kind of fell off. I will be streaming on the main channel probably like 2 to 3 days out of the week, and then the other days out of the week I'll be streaming on my channel. So hopefully you guys can contribute and we can get possibly more streamers on our network. If you guys are willing to find out more information about this, you need to hit us up. Don't fucking just say, oh, I want to join and then disappear.
Mm-hmm.
If you're really serious about it, you can come find me, you can come find Alex, and we'll make things happen because I guess we're somewhat in a slow start of streaming, and a lot of our people are starting to get busy, and we just don't have the time for it as much as we thought we did. So,
All right. Also, I want before we go, I want to do a community play date for Gears of War beta. Those who have access to it and have access to Discord. I want to. Yeah, so we want to get some of that Halo and I guess the team for Call of Duty that wants to play. But with that new gaming order, we are signing off. We'll see you next week. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just hit us up. We out like the Juggernaut bitch, and we hit you with a hyper combo finish. See y'all next week.
All right, y'all.
Alrighty, gentlemen. And Dave, I'm going to actually put your video on the NewGamingOrder.com page with you and Danae so that you can give out that link. Oh,
Yeah, it's in the Discord chat if you scroll up a little bit.
no. I mean, I already have it. Like, I'm going to embed it on the website. And then, you can just say, hey, also being hosted by so on and so forth on, by this network or what have you. All right. So with that being said, all right, guys, I gotta take off, and I will see y'all later on, and we should be good to go. All right. So those who are checking out the director's cut, that concludes this portion. We'll see y'all next week.